Hey there, this is Coach Michael Burt, live from the Greatness Factory. Just came in from an incredible trip to California, to the West Coast. I'm going to talk about that today. I'm going to talk about what I learned each step of the way. And really what I want to talk about today on Super Coach.
Hey there, this is Coach Michael.
Really what I want to talk about today on Super Coach is I want to talk about how to build feeder systems that never run dry. A feeder system is a system of a person, a people, a group, an association that feeds you business. I'm going to show you today how to circulate about the world, how to build strong relationships, how to create products that people are interested in, and how do you keep coming back and build a feeder system that never runs dry. I'm Coach Michael Burt, live from the Greatness Factory.
Everybody needs a coach in life. Coaching businesses and entrepreneurs like you to spike an additional 40% to your bottom line. Michael Burt is a multi-championship coach, best-selling author, trainer, motivator, and all-around super coach. Now, from the Greatness Factory Studios, this is Super Coach.
Welcome to the Super Coach Show today. Every single week I come into your life really with an objective to do three things. I want to multiply your life, I want to multiply your money, and I want to multiply your business. And over the last 17 years, I have built a coaching business that gives me the opportunity to travel all over the world. I just got back from a 7-day trip. I was in Las Vegas. I was in, I think, 7 to 9 different cities out in California. Finished up in Huntington Beach, which was incredible. Did podcasts with major influencers. And more than anything, came back with a renewed enthusiasm that all of the opportunity, all of the money you're looking for, all of the business is out there. It's all available to us. What we do is we limit ourselves by believing we can only play in a local market. I want to say hi to Richard Johnson, Jay Cash, Luke Frost, Mike Hardwick, Brad Herrera, Justin Myers. Listen, we limit ourselves. We limit ourselves with considerations. Consideration is an internal thought that prohibits an external action. So I go out to the West Coast. I spend a day with Brad Lee. What's up, Adam Rees? Joanna Goodman. I spend a day at Lightspeed. I say, can you hook me up with Steve Sims, who wrote Blue Fishing? Can you help me get on Andy Dan Carter's podcast, who had one of the #1 podcasts in the world? Can you do right? Like, oh yes, of course I can. Of course I can. Of course I can. Like I came back with this enthusiasm that, oh my gosh, we're playing so small, but we're playing so limited, but we're so limited because we don't understand feeder systems. We don't understand how to create things in the future to push people to. We don't understand how to optimize relationship. We don't understand how to create things that people can take advantage of for free to become in a feeder system or to get their lead or lead magnets. Like, we don't understand these things. Therefore, we just keep trying to sell the same thing to the same people over and over. What we need are all kinds of people being fed into our pipeline, okay? So I'm going to talk about a few strategies on how to build feeder systems today, and I want to be very specific. I want Super Coach to be a show that teaches you something very specific, right? I want it to be a feeder system that teaches you something very specific. Now, feeder system could be one person, it could be 10 people, it could be an association, it could be a group, but it feeds you new opportunity. Now, I want you to think of every person you're doing business with right now as a strategic partner. Your mortgage person is a strategic partner. Your insurance guy is a strategic partner. Your doctor's a strategic partner. Your dry cleaning company is a strategic partner. Your lawn care company, strategic partners. All of these people, Cameron Bailey, have access to other people that you don't know. Your online program is a thing. Your advertising agency is a partner. But here's the deal. We're not asking these questions. Who else can we help? Who else can we be connected to? Let me give you a specific question to ask. Brad Burcham, there's probably 5 people in your network, Brad, that I don't know that I need to know. Can you introduce me to those people? Everybody see that? Like, you have to prime the pump to optimize something. So Brad Burcham could be a feeder system for me. Where? Through to other financial advisors, to opportunity up in the Smoky Mountains, to opportunity in Chattanooga, to opportunity at the Atlanta Braves. That one person can be a feeder system to me. But what I have to do is I have to feed him and he feeds me. I feed him and he feeds me. Sometimes I'm feeding him energy and he's feeding me leads. I'm feeding him support and he's feeding me networks. I'm feeding him this and he's feeding me that. And I remember this because many years ago I had a good friend named Phil Cavender, and Phil Cavender made an introduction to me to a company, and then I got X number of speaking engagements with that company. And it taught me this concept of a feeder system, because one person could get me 7 speaking engagements. I want you thinking right now in your mind, as you're either listening to this or watching this. You can listen to it on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Podcast Republic. I think we're working on Spotify. When you have these feeder systems, I want you to imagine 10 feeder systems right now. 10 people who can connect you to all kinds of future opportunity. Now, when you study the discipleship theory, it says if you affect one person, that one person can affect 10 people, those 10 people can affect 100 people, those 100 people can affect 1,000 people, those 1,000 people can affect 1,000,000 people, right, Jeremy Hardison? But the key to the many is to the one. And this is so hard because we live in such an age where we're focused on the next one that we forgot about the last one. Most of the money that you're looking for is sitting in the back seat. Like all these relationships I had, I was able to spend time with Tim Story out in LA at Congregation Church. While he was there, Sharon Lecter came to church, who basically wrote the book Rich Dad Poor Dad with Robert Kiyosaki. Then I got connected to her. Then she said, follow up with my assistant tomorrow. Then I said, Tim Story, what else can we do together? Then I said, Bradley, we need to be doing this with each other. Then I was on Albert Preciado's Driven podcast. Then I was on Andy Dan Carter's. Now here's my point to you. All of this starts really by knowing one person. The key to the many is to the one. When you win that one person over, and that person is an influencer, they open doors for you that you can't imagine. But here's the deal. I'm going to come back in a second. I'm going to talk about it's not what you know, it's who you know, but when you get in the room, you better know. It's not what you know, it's who you know, but when you get in the room, you better know. Because once you get in the room, you got a golden opportunity to prove you're the real deal. The key to the many is to the one. So if you can slow down, remember you got to slow down to speed up. If you can slow down and get every person that you work with to a much better place in their life, they're going to open doors for you. And in today's Instagram world, they may not only open one door for you, Jack, they may open 500,000 doors for you. Because I was on podcasts with people who had 500,000 Instagram followers, exposing me to 500,000 new people. So it's not one-to-one anymore. It's not me sell Joanna Goodman and Joanna, you know, she introduced, that's just me and her. It's I win Joanna over. I help her get to a better place. She introduces me to a network of 100 to 1,000 to 10,000 to 20,000. And today's social media world, John Spurgeon's taking me over to India with him. And I'm going into markets I've never been into before. I'm going into places I've never been before. I'm touching people I've never had before. So today we're talking, how do you build feeder systems for your business that never run dry? Let me tell you something. There's no way they can run dry. If you're listening to this show today and you say there's no opportunity, and who can I call on, and who am I supposed to talk to? You have missed this concept of 8 billion people on planet Earth that need something from somebody. So when we come back from the break, I'm gonna buckle down on one concept. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Because I'm really building a power network of people, folks. Last week alone, I was with some of the biggest people in the world. From Brad Lee, Jonathan Hawkins is becoming a major player. Albert Preciado, Andy Dan Carter, Tim Story, Sharon Lecter. I could just, like it was a power weekend for me and my family. Took my daughter and my wife with me, so they're right there with me on the road. That's called intentional congruence. But it just opened my eyes to come back and speak to my team this morning about these feeder systems. They're everywhere. And if you're not tapping in or optimizing or asking, there's something holding you back that we got to remove. I call that a consideration. You're watching Super Coach. When we come back, I'm going to dive into this concept. It's not what you know, it's who you know. But you ain't going to know them unless you know something. And once you get in the room, you better know. Man, that's a good one. Tweet that one out. Right, Mike Hardwick? Come on back in segment 2 of Super Coach. I'm going to show you when you get in the room how to be so good that they never forget who you are. Hey guys, I'm Coach Michael Burt, and I want to remove any hesitation you have for letting me be your coach right now. I'm offering 1 month free trial of Monster Producer. You get the full benefits, you get the full network, you get the full coaching, you get the accountability every week, you get everything a Monster Producer gets. We're gonna give you 1 month for free. All you gotta do is email us at coach@coachburt.com, say I'm in, free month trial, no obligation. If you don't like it or don't think it can get you to a higher frequency at the end of 1 month, you can move on about your life. But I think if you just give it a shot, if you just give old coach a shot, let us work with you for 1 month. Let my team work with you for a month. I'm going to show you how we can get you a significant increase in your life, in your business. 1 month free. Monster Producer, email me, coach@coachburt. Say, I'm in. 1 month free, coach. We'll get you uprolled, and enrolled, and we'll get you started. Welcome back to Monster Producer. No, that's not what show is this? Super Coach. They all have something of value. I'm Coach Michael Burt. I'm live from the Greatness Factory. I'm doing Monster Producer later today, which is where my big coaching program. Right now we're running a special that you can get into my coaching program, be coached by me, get a one-to-one coach, get the full benefits of Monster Producer for 1 month for free. There is no obligation. Like try it. Like there should be no consideration or reservation that you have about getting in there and letting me coach you for a month and seeing if you like it. If you don't like it, you can move on down the road. I was on a plane last night. I swear it was either Willie Nelson's brother or Willie Nelson's son or Willie Nelson's lookalike sat right in front of me the whole way. I wanted to go up there and sing with him to all the girls I loved before, Jack. I know it was him. My wife didn't believe it. But if you're out there in the world and you want to try, there's no reservation for trying. Like just take action. And Lakin Hibden is going to post it in the private Facebook group. She's going to post the link for you to take action on a free month's trial to get you up and get you started. Now, here's what we're talking today, guys. How to build a feeder system in your business that never runs dry. Feeder system is one person, a group of people, an association, a network of people that can feed you business, but they're not going to feed you anything if you don't feed them something. I hear this all the time. Jimmy Driver, I hear this all the time. Well, I can't send them any leads. You know, I'm a mortgage originator and I can't send them leads and them leads and them leads. No, but you can feed them energy. You can feed them emotional support. You can feed them positivity, Lisa Patrick. You can feed them support. You don't always have to feed them business. You can feed them something. This is such a limited way of thinking. What I fed those people out there in California was just my energy. So remember the statement, it's not what you know, it's who you know. But the people who know want to know what you know. And once you get in the room, you better know. I have a part of podcasts, when I'm on podcasts with people, and I can tell if they're hesitant toward me or they really don't know how I can help them get to a higher frequency, or I haven't been specific enough in my skill set. And so they kind of see me as this motivational guy, but they can't really figure out how I can help them get to another place, right? Like how I can help them become a monster producer, how I can help them get an increase of 50%, how I can find and fill their missing structures. So they come into the deal skeptical. They're like, okay, I'm interviewing you because Bradley asked me to, and so said something positive about you and this. And they're kind of coming into the room and they're trying to figure out, do I have anything of value to offer or not? And as we get going, and once I get a rhythm, and once I get a cadence, and once I get a pattern, at some point in the interview, it's like, boom, this dude knows what he's doing. All I had to do was get in the room to show him. Once I get in the room and I show them that I have something, J Cash, that is valuable to them, once I get in the room and show them that I can be an asset to them, then they immediately go, let's do something together. I want you speaking at my conference. I want you this. What can we do together? Cecilia Jackson, right? But first, we got to get in the room. And the only way we get in the room is we have something of value to offer people. So I want you to think about this. This month in Monster Producer, I've been teaching this concept of single-digit millionaire, which is how to get your net worth between $1 and $10 million. Very first step is to understand your primary hard skill and how that primary hard skill can be used to solve a problem for another person, i.e. be an asset to them, not a liability to them. Then you build a network for that primary skill, meaning people are coming to you and they're interested in you. Then you build structures for those people to come to. Now this is very important, because if you're trying to build feeder systems that never run dry, you need things in the future that prime the pump. Let me give you an example. Wednesday night I'm doing a free webinar for people who want to speak or package their content into $1 million a year. Friday I'm doing Turn Your Managers into Coaches for people that want to recruit and attract, coach and develop, retain and insulate. Next week I'm doing something pretty soon with Dustin Black, an evening with Dustin Black, founder of Black Tie. Then I'm doing a concert with Josh Turner. Then I'm doing a day at my lodge. Then I'm doing retreats over here. Okay? So what I'm doing is I'm creating structures in the future to push my feeder systems to, right? And a structure is a place of exchange. This can be a structure. Online internet can be a structure. Customer appreciation event is a structure. Free event is a structure. And I'm pushing my network of people to these structures. And I'm saying, just come and exchange with us. Like I'm giving away a free month of Monster Producer right now, Drew Williams. You can't beat free, man. Come and try it out. If you've ever been hungry or interested in something, that's a structure. So what I'm trying to do is expand my feeder systems, okay? Too many of you are stuck on one thing. I'm playing too local and too small, and therefore I don't have enough leads. I can't find enough people. There's not enough opportunity. Like I'm stuck on local and small. You got to get that out of your brain. Your market is planet Earth. In a digital world, you can sell to anybody, anywhere, anytime. You need to get out of your mind that your feeder systems are in New Jersey or they're just in California. Like I could have spent a week in California making connections with people, or 2 weeks. I could spend a week in Texas every month versus 2 or 3 days. There's so much opportunity, right? There is so much opportunity that we can't even get to, that you should never have this concept, I don't have enough leads. It's the number one thing I hear from salespeople. I don't have enough leads. If you have a product, you create a hit list for that product, which are people you believe that product can help. You make contact or initiate contact with a person, and you share an idea with them. Hey, Dale Childress, did you know I've got a cruise coming to the Bahamas in February 2020? Okay. Hey, Chad Applin, did you know I've got this coming up? A program for Turn Your Managers into Coaches for your managers that you can see in. Hey, John Spurgeon, I got an idea about going over to India and bringing this coaching revolution. How do we make it happen? Okay? Now, all that is presenting an idea. So you create a product. You create a hit list. Don Cullum, what's up? You initiate contact. You present an idea. If they don't like that idea, and many times they don't, you say, hey, okay, new idea. For example, I was out on the West Coast. I went and spent time with Christian Fuentes, which is one of the top RE/MAX people in the world. I went there to make connection, see how I could help him, see if I could be one of his coaches, see what they did for training. I walked out of there going, okay, this dude has brought in Ed Milet, Darren Hardy, Grant Cardone. He obviously believes in coaching and training. But what I really found out is Christian wants to speak more and coach more. Okay, great. Christian, what you need to do is come to Tennessee. Beautiful in Tennessee. Got great food. We got good music. We got great weather. We got hospitality folks. And what I want you to do is come to my $1 Million Coaching Summit. That's what I want you to come to, because I think you could generate hundreds of thousands of new dollars from that summit. Now, I'm telling you all this, guys, to tell you this. And I'll close with this. Remember this. You are sitting on, for lack of a better term, Terry Ewing Perez, you're sitting on acres of diamonds. You are 3 feet from gold. You're sitting on all the opportunity, all of the potential, everything that you need. Just in your brain, it's hard. It's not hard. Every time I leave Murfreesboro, Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, go to somewhere else in the world, I see the enormous opportunity. Listen, I was staying at a hotel, $500 a night, people everywhere. Meals, $200, people everywhere. No shortage of people, no shortage of money, no shortage of opportunity. There is only a shortage of creativity, only a shortage of creativity of confidence. There's only a shortage of courage. There is no shortage of opportunity. This concept of feeder system is very, very critical. So this month in my coaching program, I'm teaching this concept, single digit millionaire. I force you to get serious about 10 relationships that you got, 10 influencers, 10 feeder systems, okay? 5 relationships you need to optimize. Like when I pin you down and make you focus on it, it's that simple. So I'm gonna post a link. Lakin, I don't see a link in here. I'm gonna post a link. It's on our website. You did post the link? I see a post from you, but I don't see an action link in here. There it is. All right, Lakin Hibden has posted on our Facebook page how to get a free month's trial in Monster Producer. Take advantage of that, guys. I'm going to show you how to get your revenue up, how to be a single-digit millionaire, how to produce more through the Monster Growth System, how to follow up appropriately, how to extract referrals, how to become a person of interest. More than anything, Jay Duran, I'm going to teach you how to optimize and feed this whole machine so that it never, ever runs dry. Every single week, guys, I'm multiplying life, I'm multiplying money, I'm multiplying business. Download the podcast. Download the podcast. Give me a review, Super Coach on iTunes. Trust me, there's more meat and potatoes on this thing than fluff. If you'll dig in and really work with me every single week, I promise you I can get you to a higher frequency. I promise you I can get your sales up, and I promise you I can really show you how to go from where you are to where you want to be. I'm Coach Michael Burt, live from the Greatness Factory.
I'm here at the Relentless Monster Producer event. It's an intimate event that is like none other I've ever attended. The small group, the stuff we were able to talk about, the interaction between the speakers and the hosts and the guests, and among the guests among each other is second to none. This is something really, really special. It gives you a chance to really, really dig deep into the issues that are holding you back and things that aren't letting you be the person that you really want to be. You know, I always like to think of myself as, you know, I'm the family member nobody wants in their family, but I'm the family member you need in your family. Well, everybody has to have that one individual in there that kind of gives it to you straight. This is how it is. And we miss that. We really do. We miss the accountability. We miss having someone that tells it like it is.
Well, the first thing I would tell you about working with Tim Grover is he's a world-class person. This is very important. His whole intention on this retreat has been to make sure that people that come to this retreat get their expectations exceeded.
Write 3 things now down that are distracting you from you achieving your goals or whatever you want in life, whatever it may be. If there's one thing that you end up taking out of this event that hits you, you got more than your money's worth, because that's where change starts. It's something you can take and you can use and make it your own. At this type of event, at the Relentless Monster Retreat event, everybody in here got something they could take that can possibly be life-altering to them.